WrestleMania for us was, needless to say, not a winner.
No.
Not really. And we look ahead to Extreme Rules, and if you could quickly sum up your excitement level heading into this pay-per-view, it would be what?
The build-up's been absolute shit.
So your excitement level is what?
Very low.
Now, I will say that I am still hopeful. Now, I was hopeful for Mania, and it bit me square in the ass. I'm still hopeful for Extreme Rules because sometimes Extreme Rules ends up being better than WrestleMania in part because the storylines are further along in their development. These extreme stipulations can make matches more passable or entertaining. So I'm still hopeful that this could end up being, as you watch it, a good show to watch, even if your excitement level going into it wasn't that much. But yeah, I would agree. The build up to this show has been, even though we've got a full, and that's what's funny too, we've got a match card that's fully announced. I mean, we've got a full card.
Exactly, and that rarely happens. I mean, they'll throw in one or two little matches, but
yeah, almost everything is announced. You've got pretty much a full card, 8 official matches by our count on the card and a pre-show match. I think so. The slotting of the card and the structuring has been very good. I applaud WWE for that.
Yeah, thank you for letting us know what we're paying for.
But the excitement level in general,
The Miz versus Cody Rhodes is the pre-show, and this was built, what, a main event and SmackDown? Like, over the course of, like, a week and a half?
We're going to have to start calling The Miz Mr. Pre-Show.
It's true.
Yeah, and poor Cody Rhodes, yet another pre-show for him.
Miz is a former WWE champion, and he's on the pre-show.
Yeah, and this is kind of like a feud. It's funny they were giving TV time to a feud that's going to be on the pre-show. It's just, it's sad that both of these guys don't have a spot on the actual pay-per-view card, and that they are going to indeed be on the pre-show.
Miz is going to win.
So a couple of the secondary matches for this show. One doesn't have a stipulation that's extreme of any kind, and the other one's just being called an Extreme Rules match, whatever the hell that means.
No stipulations, maybe?
I don't know. You look at Chris Jericho and Fandango, there's no stipulation as of this time when we're recording it announced for this, which you'd be surprised because this is actually a storyline that has some time devoted to it. You would think if it's Extreme Rules pay-per-view, you would put some type of stipulation.
Yeah, you'd put something on it. I mean, this has been a feud ongoing.
I would have thought maybe like a Falls Count Anywhere match, which I don't think there's one on this card. There isn't. So, yeah, I was kind of surprised. Who do you think's going to win, Jericho or Fandango?
I think Jericho needs the win at this point. I mean, Fandango already beat him at Mania. He's got the rub. Let Jericho win and walk away for a while.
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement because otherwise, why keep bringing Jericho back if he never freaking wins? He's got to win something. He should beat Fandango to Extreme Rules. Orton versus Big Show in this Extreme Rules match. Level of care on this?
Very, very low.
Chances that this could at least be a solid undercard match?
That's pretty high. I mean, both these guys at least know how to work a match.
Yeah, and using some type of Extreme Rules, whatever the hell that's going to mean, this could actually be one of those matches that, in theory, could be a pleasant surprise on the card.
We're going to see a WMD. We're going to see Orton find a gopher hole, and we're going to see lots of baby oil. And if that's what you tune in for, that's what you're getting.
So Chase Oliver, Justin Peck, and
Metal D,
they will all be very happy with this. Most of the rest of you, maybe not, but it is what it is. Yeah, this is just still stemming off of the stuff from WrestleMania, and you were hoping maybe that they were going to turn Orton. They didn't.
Yeah.
And
is this the battle of the guys that can't cut promos?
Maybe.
That should be the stipulation.
So the WWE had to find a way to cover for Ziggler, with his concussion and not strip him of the belt because they weren't ready to do that yet. So they gave us a #1 contenders I Quit match between Del Rio and Swagger.
Let's be honest, since Ziggler's had the belt, it's been more about Swagger and Del Rio anyways. So Ziggler getting taken out of the equation, not really that much of a change.
Yeah, and these guys have history, in terms of them having a feud going into WrestleMania. So you could potentially argue that an I Quit match maybe would fit here. Now, the cynic in us would probably say, who will win this?
Del Rio.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if Swagger won at this point. it's just kind of a shame that Ziggler got hurt here because this was his chance, his first pay-per-view as champion. It could have been a showcase moment for him, and he's out. And even in that time, I don't think they were doing a particularly splendid job of featuring him as strong. They keep almost finding ways to make us believe that anybody in the world can freaking beat him.
Plus, they always, whenever the match ended, there's Swagger and Del Rio, and they're more important than the guy with the belt.
Yeah, I mean, this is a feud that has a lot going into it, but I'm over it.
I've been over this feud for a while.
Shield is being deployed a little bit more on this pay-per-view, and they're involved in 2 title matches, actually. One with an extreme stipulation, one without. Let's start with the one without first. United States Championship, Dean Ambrose versus Kofi Kingston.
Dean Ambrose breaking out on his own, put in a match with a guy who can work a match after he gets the botch out of the way.
Has to get the botch out of the way. This is an important moment, I think, for Ambrose as a singles competitor, a chance to step out on his own and show what he can do on a pay-per-view. This is an important moment for that Shield group, that storyline. Ambrose has to win here.
Definitely, and I don't see why he wouldn't. He's fighting Kofi Kingston.
Exactly. As far as the tag team championship match, it's a tornado tag, which is a match style that I usually really like. The Shield versus Hell No. Are you a little surprised they really went away from the Kane-Daniel Bryan split-up angle?
I'm kind of glad that they did, though, because everybody kind of saw that angle coming. So they're like, oh, everybody wants this. We're going to swerve you.
They still could come back to it, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the reason at this point why they would lose the belt. But it could possibly be that way. As far as this match, are we expecting that the Shield is going to go 2 for 2 and walk out with both?
I really think they are.
Yeah, they have to at this point.
It raises their presence and acknowledges that they are somebody to be messed with. Even if they are the mid-card belt, at least it's gold around them.
And at least you look at, for the case of Rollins and Reigns, they would be beating 2 former world champions in Kane and Daniel Bryan, the tag team champions. So this could be a very big night for that group and for those performers, and I'm happy for them. It's their chance to shine. It could be a very Shield-heavy night, no question.
The next match is one I'm looking forward to. It's a strap match with Sheamus and Mark Henry.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a match featuring black-on-black violence, and clearly, and you're going to talk about it.
Yeah, it's the match. One of the matches I'm looking forward to the most on this card. I really think Sheamus is going to pull it out here, and it's going to be funny to see him dragging Mark Henry around the ring.
I just want to say this, I mean this in the most respectful way, but when it comes to Sheamus and when it comes to Mark Henry, nobody gives a fuck what you think, and nobody gives a fuck what I think. Stop dick teasing the people and give them what they want.
All right, here's Smokey.
Now, Mr. Route, you ever do that shit again, I'm gonna come through this camera and whoop your ass. What do we got? Oh, we know what we got. The real main event of Extreme Rules, motherfucker. Do I look like I'm fucking around? Mark Henry versus Sheamus in a strap match. It's about time they gave us this rematch. I've been waiting since SummerSlam 2011. Yeah, I'm gonna sit here, look at you, and mind fuck you with my eyes. You wanna know what's gonna happen? 3 things. Number 1, I'm gonna win, because this gonna be the best match on the card. Number 2, all y'all watching gonna win, because this gonna be the best match on the card. And number 3, you wanna know who gonna win this match? Yeah, Sheamus is young, hungry, athletic, but they only one world's strongest man. It's a strap match. Who the fuck you think gonna win? It's gonna be Mark motherfucking Henry, cause that's what he do. That's what he do. Deuces and fours, bitches.
I have a feeling that the WWE Championship match is going to be one that it's going to be very, very hard to please the internet crowd. Let's just call it like it is, man. Let's keep it as 100 as we possibly can. A lot of y'all, no matter what happens in this fucking match, are gonna poon Ryback versus Cena in a last man standing match. You're going to sit there and say, oh, the only thing that determines last man standing is who's the last person's actually going to be able to make it through watching this match.
Dear Internet, I am done watching WWE programming. I will not be watching it anymore.
This should be CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan in the best motherfucking wrestling match in the world since the last time they wrestled, which was the greatest time of wrestling history.
To which I say, see you guys next week.
But Now the one hope for this match, I don't expect this to be a visual masterpiece.
Oh, this is going to be a 5-star match.
Oh, God.
Like 5-star whiskey. You're going to need a bottle of it.
The one hope is that with it being last man standing, it could be anything goes. It could be Extreme Rules, so we can maybe get a passable match out of it. That's all I'm asking for, is a passable match with a couple of oh shit moments,
Right.
and I'll be okay with it. I'm not expecting this match to rock my world, but with the ability to go extreme, this match better not suck.
Right.
Or I will poon it. It doesn't have to be a technical 5-star masterpiece, but let's hope that the last man standing refers to the quality of the match in terms of these guys actually working the last man standing match and doing
And
it
not
well.
the last man awake at the end of it. I mean...
Who's winning here? Question is it Cena beating him clean in terms of like actually rendering him unconscious, or does something stupid happen where they both go through something and Cena just happens to get up before Ryback?
Honestly, I'm hoping for Ryback to win. I'm just going to put that out there.
Would they do a tie where neither one of them gets up for the 10 count?
What, you're going to have the Shield come out and interfere?
No, I just maybe they do something like a big old shit moment and both Ryback and Cena are out for the 10 count. That could happen too.
It could happen. I mean, it's a way to continue the feud at least.
Yeah, I mean, because especially we know it's not going to be the main event of this pay-per-view.
No. There's only one thing that can be the main event.
You know you're God when you can milk 3 pay-per-view main events out of a feud. And praise be to him, this steel cage match of Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. We're getting it, whether you want it or not. God be praised. Now,
You'd think they'd save this for like a SummerSlam or a Big 4 pay-per-view, but no, we're giving it away to you on a secondary pay-per-view.
well, I mean, because you figure Triple H got his 7-figure Mania payout. He's going to get a big payout here. So why not find somebody else maybe for him to potentially work with at SummerSlam so he can get another big payout? Think, Michael, think.
Yeah, they're going to pay him either way.
It's perks of boning the boss's daughter. Chances this ends up being the best match of the night.
There's a good possibility of it. I mean, it's in a cage, and if any indication is from what was on Raw last week, it could be a good show.
Is Triple H not winning this match?
No, that's not okay. At least he'll have wrestling trunks on, so there won't be any taint sweat.
Oh, okay. I expect this to be the best match on the card. I do expect the Sinner to win. And, you know, but does he really win? Because when you're God, you truly do ultimately conquer all.
And let's be honest, I mean, just getting in the ring with God, he's already won. God, that is, because God's in the ring, so.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
So technically, can he ever win a steel cage match because if he's everywhere? Or can he ever lose it because if he's everywhere, he's the mat, so he's already put his feet on the mat, right?
Well, it's like when I go to sleep at night, I just accept the fact that while I'm laying down, that Triple H has already pinned me.
The possibilities are too much. Bottom line is the build-up to this show, in terms of an excitement level, very low.
Yes.
The fact that they've announced so many matches and we have pretty much a full card, that's encouraging.
Yes. It seems like they had some foresight into what was going on at this pay-per-view.
And I'm hopeful because it's an Extreme Rules pay-per-view. We've got some matches that could be intriguing here. I'm hopeful that this show is going to deliver and be better than WrestleMania. I'm hopeful. See what happens Sunday.
Don't get those hopes too high.
Indeed.